Howdy SEO Moz fans, and welcome to a second beardless edition of Whiteboard Friday. I apologize, the beard should be back by next Whiteboard Friday, but this time we're going to go clean shaven, which is, you know, it was for Halloween in Movember. I hope we'll get some good donations for that. And I want to talk today about a prediction that I've got around not the death, the complete death of anchor text, but that anchor text is actually diminishing as a signal and being replaced by something else, something Google has gotten very clever about, I think Bing is using as well, and that is co-citation. So co-citation of terms and phrases along with a brand or a link. And I'll show you what I mean. So first off, some examples that you can check out for yourself. One of my very favorite things to do is to go find relatively competitive keyword phrases and find sites and brands that are ranking without appearing to target the keyword, meaning that keyword isn't in the title tag. It's barely even on the page. It doesn't seem to be something that they're going after. They're not getting much anchor text for it. How do they rank well against folks who are doing all of these classic, SEO best practices? Well, here's a few examples. For the query cell phone ratings, number 4, coming in at number 4, is a web page on consumerreports.com without the words cell phone or the words ratings. Actually, I think they do have the word rating, and they might have the word phone, but it's in the text, it's not even in the title. Really remarkable that they're ranking so well for such a competitive query. I'll talk about why in a sec. Number 2, manufacturing directory. Again, another very competitive phrase, and ThomasNet is ranking number 3 without mentioning any of these terms, without seeming to try and target that phrase at all. And number 3, backlink analysis, where Open Site Explorer, SEO Moz's own tool, ranks number 2. And yet, not in the title, it's not anywhere on the page. Neither of these words are anywhere on the page. In the snippet, Google is actually using some text from another article that they found that mentions backlink analysis. So it's just fascinating to see these sorts of rankings, and you kind of have to question, like, boy, there's a ton of people with a lot of good anchor text, with a ton of linking root domains, who are all trying to go after that phrase. They put it in the title tag. How does Google know? How does Google know to associate these terms with these websites if the classic signals that we think about as SEOs aren't there? And the answer, in my opinion, is co-citations. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You can see a lot of articles on the web that mention cell phone ratings and reviews and mention consumer reports. They don't necessarily link to this page. In fact, very few of them link to this page, but many of them will do exactly this. They'll have, if you look at a text snippet on the page, it'll say cell phones as rated by consumer reports. This doesn't even link. This is not a live link. It's not even pointing to their website or to that specific web page. But Google is noticing the association. They see the word cell phones, they see the word rated, and they see consumer reports, and they put 2 and 2 together and say, you know what? It seems like lots of people on the internet seem to think that consumer reports and cell phone ratings go together. Same thing happening here. Directory of manufacturers from ThomasNet. It's not even linking to the manufacturing directory page. It's linking just to the home page of the website, but it's mentioning ThomasNet and it says directory of manufacturers. So the words are in there and Google's kind of going, oh yeah, I see this association happening a lot. It's not directly in the anchor text, but you know what? I'm getting smarter. Google's getting a lot smarter about this. Look, a ton of articles that mention backlink analysis, how to look at backlinks, talk about Open Site Explorer. Some of them link to it, some of them don't. But because Open Site Explorer is very commonly cited in addition to the keyword phrase backlink analysis, you're seeing OSE do really well for that query term. This, in my opinion, is one of the kind of that future-looking elements of how we're going to do SEO. Brand association, having people write about us and do PR about our brands, associating those terms together so that very frequently when you see an authoritative, high-quality source mention a keyword phrase, talk about a keyword phrase, they're mentioning your brand. They're linking to your site. They don't even necessarily have to link to exactly your page. And this type of SEO is something that's not very practiced today, but that certainly should be on a lot of people's minds for the future. I would urge you, anytime you see something ranking that doesn't have, the classic SEO targeting types of things, the anchor text and the on-page text and the title tag, you take a deep look and try and figure out whether co-citation is what's causing it to rank higher. All right, everyone, look forward to seeing you again next week for another edition of Whiteboard Friday. Take care.